What makes someone reach beyond the boundaries of
Hello,
human
everyone. My name is
experience
Dan
to
from
face the
Casual
unknown?
Irish Gamers, and alongside me is
As
also
children,
Dan.
we question the world
And
around us.
today we will
We
be looking at
learn,
Rise
we
of the Tomb Raider.
accept, and
Now,
gradually we lose our
first off,
capacity for wonder.
my initial impressions of the game were
But some do
I'm
not.
very impressed with it. I'm
The explorers, the
familiar with the
seekers of truth.
2013 reboot. That
It is
Tomb Raider
these
game I also liked a
pioneers
lot,
who
and I find
define
that
the
this one
future
has
of
just
mankind.
it's improved in every way. On that, it took a solid game and just made the sequel even better. Uh, First off, graphics wise, it looks absolutely amazing. The lighting, textures, the cinematics, they're all really good. It's a solid game.
That's gonna be a hell of a
Uh,
hunt.
I'm not turning
when you
back.
see Lara plowing through the snow or
I know.
crossing through
You should stay
a
here.
Siberian landscape, it's really impressive
chance.
looking. It's a definite improvement and is up there with one of the best looking games on the PS4. What was your impression of it, Dan?
Well, just for my own sake, just coming as a new player to Tomb Raider, as I haven't really played any of the other Tomb Raiders, it was like brilliant for me. Like the graphics were unbelievable, and there was only one small thing I noticed at the opening scene here, which you will see. And other than that, that was my only thing with the graphics. Was when they're walking through the snow, there's a slight lag in the snow footprints. Other than that, I think the graphics themselves have been absolutely amazing. But for coming into this, it's just absolutely brilliant. But I will say, like, this is a quick time event kind of game, so if we're not really interested in those, I think you'll still enjoy the game because it's absolutely brilliant the way they have it done.
Yeah, I can see your point with that. A lot of people don't seem to like quick time events. Certain games are done terribly, but here I think they've done a great job of embedding them into the game, making them seem like they're relevant and not just there for filler. The story as well itself, for those who are familiar with the previous game, picks up about a year after the end of the Tomb Raider reboot in 2013, and Lara this time she's on a quest to find. Oh, well, I won't spoil it for you, but she's trying to find a way to redeem her father's good name, and along the way she's going to encounter a lot of enemies from a very sinister corporate, well, not corporate, kind of like a sinister group called Trinity, and it just makes for a really good adventure game. It's very like Uncharted in a lot of ways. There's a lot of climbing, a lot of puzzle solving, a lot of shooting, but it's a solid game. It's well worth the go, even if you have played Uncharted before. You probably will like this if you like the Uncharted series.
I think that was the first place I died.
I think so, Dan. You were pretty committed to dying early.
Yes, I do work with that. I would advise to pay attention to any of the things that pop up on the screen to let you know what to do, because I have a tendency just to plow right through a game and probably die about 10 times, but it's absolutely brilliant even though when it happens, because it's like, learning a new thing.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty decent job of one of those opening parts of a game where they just kind of talk you through the controls. They've made that tutorial pretty interesting with the area that you're walking through, and later on, as you'll see, things do get pretty intense really quickly, and it just keeps going from there. Now, there's also when you get into it, there's a lot of collecting of items like wood for arrows, pistols, collecting relics, documents. There is a lot of tomb raiding as well, as the title would suggest, especially with the 20th anniversary edition on PS4. They really have amped up everything that they offered in the previous
Close
game.
to something, Jonah.
And if you're into,
I can feel it.
if you're a perfectionist and you're
last
into
stretch to the
collecting all the items and all the relics and exploring every tomb, you can get a good decent 30 hours or more out of this game. But if you're just interested in the playthrough, go from A to B, do the main story, and you don't want to backtrack, just pick up some mural that you haven't looked at, then you're still going to get your value for money out of this. It is a decent length of a game for a single player, even without all the filler.
Let's take it slow.
Yeah, definitely, I have to agree. Like, even like the attention to detail, I think here they've done here with the ice and breaking off. Like, just you see the intensity here is coming from the game. It's just us slowly bringing you into it, but like the intensity is just like unbelievable. And I think up here now again will be things like some mad skills trying to go across them where I died about 5 times, simply because I wasn't paying attention. But I did enjoy it.
Yeah, like it is. It is easy to die in like with any quick time events. It's what's annoying about them is that one tiny mistake ruins the entire level, and you've got to start again. But once you're actually used to it in the game, it becomes second nature to you. Probably the thing that I disliked the most was the kind of the craft thing, the need to constantly go backtrack and collect items and craft new items, and but some people really love that. And if that is your thing, if you like collectibles making the game longer,
Jonah,
you will really like this.
I see the ruins.
Yeah, like
Oh
what I would
God.
say about the crafting is like I really like some Skyrim or any of those kind of games where you have to go in and collect materials and collect weapons and armor. I think you will enjoy that. But for me, it wouldn't be my favorite part. But it was grand in fairness. Like, but once you got guns and when you started to get more powerful weapons, the game did become a bit easier.
That's true. I did find that once you unlocked the assault rifle, the shotgun, you don't really need to try as hard in the combat scenarios. But I personally enjoy playing this game in a kind of a stealthy way, and I did enjoy that as a challenge. Now you don't really have to do it. Once you do have the shotgun, as long as you know what you're doing, you're almost invincible. But I do enjoy a stealthy challenge. So I do try to complete a lot of areas just using my bow, which I think definitely keep things interesting. Now here's a perfect example of one of those kind of a scripted events that, as you said, then they are pretty intense.
Yeah. So I just think like the sound, the intensity, the running, the motions, the wind, absolutely everything here just shows you how much thought they've actually put into the game. Like every single detail like they've literally trying to fine-tune it and just tried to bring back the magic into the game. And they really had to nail the head of this game.
Definitely. I mean, in Tomb Raider, the reboot a few years back, there was some of these, and they were good. But I do think they've definitely improved on a dozen times over with how good these are. There is a definite urgency to some of these, and you really do feel it while playing it. There is an adrenaline rush.
I will say, just remember to press the X when you're running through that. The first time I did that.
That is the end of that event, so I think we'll draw this video to a close. So my final impressions for the game are, it's a very good sequel. If you like the last one, you're going to like this. As someone who is familiar with the Tomb Raider series, I do think you will enjoy it. It's well worth a go. And Dan, as a newcomer,
As a newcomer to this game, like, this has been absolutely brilliant, and I will be buying the next game because I really want to see what happens next and what they do. And I think it'll be definitely one to keep an eye on and definitely one to buy.
Great. Well, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for future videos.